Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fetch Quest podcast, where we talk about video games and more. I'm your host for tonight, Brewer, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host, Guy.
Yo, what's good?
And Connor.
Hello.
So, guys, I am very excited to talk about...
Wait, what was that?
Yeah, what was that?
Wait, is that what I think it is?
Oh my god, it's a shiny Voltorb! I'ma catch it!
Brewer, are you okay?
Guy. I don't think he's okay, Guy. We might have to old Yeller him. I don't think he's going to be the same after this.
That was 1 in
Dude.
8,000 odds! I was playing at Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I don't blame him, dog. He did kind of just flub it, but that's what we're here to talk about today. Pokemon shiny forms, or shiny Pokemon as we like to call them. Holy shit. They're awesome. I love those things. They're fucking fantastic.
They're silly
What
little...
do you guys think of shinies?
I love shinies, but I also hate them because they
are very silly.
for as much joy as they brought me, they've also brought me much pain.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start this off by just going over what are shiny Pokemon. What are shiny Pokemon? Shiny Pokemon are a very rare type of Pokemon where essentially they have different colors. Well, they're supposed to have different colors, but some Pokemon don't follow that rule. But 99% of the time, they are very different colored and they just look cool. They're very rare and they're cool to collect.
Yeah, shiny Pokemon were first introduced in the Gen 2 games, because in the Gen 1 games, while it is possible to technically hunt for them, there was no color on the Game Boy. So once the games were introduced for Gen 2 on the Game Boy Color, they decided to add shiny Pokemon as a new gimmick to show, like, hey, we have color now, so also the Pokemon have a rare chance to be shiny, which they introduced that by also having the guaranteed shiny Gyarados in the Lake of Rage, which is very well known now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the most well-known like shinies ever, is like the red Gyarados in the lake, because that was like the pure display of, hey guys, look at our new thing.
Yeah, that and it's been shown in a lot of different media. So like there's cards of it, and also it's used by Lance in a Pokemon anime as well.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, arguably the most famous shiny.
Yeah, because it's the one everyone actually has.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's really easy to get too in most games.
Played the games, obviously. If you haven't played Gen 2 games, then you do not have it.
Yeah, even then, Magikarp is very easy to shiny hunt.
Yeah, but I think as we're going on about shinies, something that a lot of people, something that's very connected to shiny Pokemon is everyone's first shiny Pokemon story. These are usually always very cool or very heartbreaking, because a lot of people will get them as a kid and they won't know what they are, and sometimes they'll kill them, and then you find out years later that what you killed was essentially like one part of a lottery ticket, and you get sad.
Yep. All right, who wants to start out with their first shiny story?
I'll go first.
I think you should, Brewer. I think you should.
You know what? I'm completely fine with that. So my first shiny was technically the Gyarados, but I'm not counting that because, again, literally everyone found it, and I didn't even know its significance at the time. I was like, cool, it's a Gyarados that's red. Because the explanation for the red Gyarados in some of the Pokemon media is actually that, like, it was a Magikarp that was forced to evolve early, which is why it still has Magikarp colors. Which is interesting, because some Gyarados is actually, or some shiny Gyarados sprites actually have like an orange hue to it. But the actual first shiny I ever encountered is one that I'm actually shiny hunting right now in an attempt to reclaim it.
Yeah.
It's shiny Shelmet, because I was playing Pokemon Black and White, and I had recently gotten a level 100 Samurott, and I was thinking I was so cool, I just got my level 100 Samurott, let's test this thing out. So as I was running around in Icarus City, found this weirdly colored Shelmet that had a yellow face, and I was like, huh, that's kind of weird, and I should weaken it, and I decided to weaken it with level 100 Samurot's Razor Shell, and it died immediately.
That's really funny.
Yeah, because
That
I
is
had a
so
very,
sad.
I had a very, you know, the worst thing is too, I kind of knew shiny Pokemon existed. I never just thought to properly look up what they were, because like on the Cerebi website, they always had them like the shiny sprites next to the main ones. I was like, oh, these look cool. I think you just unlock these for like getting the level 100 or level X, because I saw level X with the Pokemon trading card game, and I just assumed that was like above level 100 because I just made a lot of dumb assumptions as a kid about Pokemon.
I mean, hey, you don't know
Silly
how.
Brewer.
Trust me, we're gonna get to a dumb assumption with my story, but
Yeah,
yeah, like, how long has it been since you started this new Shelmet hunt?
dude, it has been ages. Like this has been. I've had some bad hunts that I'll get into later, but like shiny Chelmet is the worst hunt for me of all time because of the amount of times I've picked it up just to not get it. But like starting last year when I started playing Pokemon Black and White again, I said there's one main thing I had to go back and do, and it was reclaim the Shelmet. So that is what I'm still trying to do.
Yeah,
I have a
Still trying
Shelmet
to do.
shrine ready. Like I have a Shelmet plushie. I have a Shelmet card. Some Shelmet pixel art. At this point, I'll have a Shelmet tattoo on me. I'm gonna summon this damn shiny Shelmet if it kills me.
If you get a Shelmet tattoo, I will pay for it.
You know what's
Shit,
really,
yeah.
I will pay for that shit,
The
Brewer.
real funny thing's gonna be is I'm trying to. I could easily go to the newer games to like get it easily, but I want to authentically get it in the old games, 1 in 8,000 odds and all. So also in the area I'm at, it's not guaranteed to find Shelmet. I could also find a Palpitoad or a Stunfisk, and while I can repel trick Stunfisk away, Palpitoad I can't. So I could just get a shiny Palpitoad and have to phase and do another hunt.
that is funny.
That is the pain of a shiny hunter, though.
Something that is also really funny is that we were playing through Black and White at the same time, basically. And in almost the exact same area that you were hunting Shelmet in, I got a random shiny throw just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you talking to us about that. Yeah, that was funny.
That
Dude,
really
it was funny, but I was like, dude, you find a random shiny, and I can't even find one when I'm trying to look for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what makes it so funny. But Guy, do you want to go next for your first shiny story?
Yes, it's similar to Brewer. However, I ain't rehunting this shit because it's kind of a shit Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. So Black. So it's going to sound very similar, but I think it's really funny. So I was playing through Pokemon X, which was my first Pokemon game, and I had also heard about shiny Pokemon and like what they were, but really funny post-game scenario. I just go through a route, and I just find a shiny Illumise or Illumise, however you pronounce it, and I'm like, oh, it's a shiny one, and I just kill it, like no mercy. Like I just use my Charizard, I kill it, and you know what's funny about it? You know, as time goes on, I used to, regret regret failing that thing, but then I just started realizing that Pokemon kind of sucked anyways. I don't really care.
It is one of the more forgettable Pokemon.
You know, that's very true because I don't even remember what Pokemon you said, and it was like 10 seconds ago.
Illumise.
Okay, yeah, that's really fair, honestly. But mine is actually going to be different from your stories. Mine also does take place in Gen 6, Pokemon X. And I was grinding, trying to level up some of my Pokemon, and I encountered a shiny Durant. And this is where I was talking about dumb assumptions, because my assumption, because I had been like so convinced throughout that entire game, the idea of Pokemon not evolving was like just complete blasphemy to me. I was like, every Pokemon has to evolve no matter what. And so I was so convinced there was a way to evolve Durant into some giant badass steel ant. And so I caught the shiny Durant, and my assumption was because it's different, this one will evolve, and so I did not fail my first shiny.
Hey,
That
who knows?
is
Maybe
unfortunate.
maybe in one of the newer Pokemon games you'll be able to evolve Durant because it is one of those Pokemon that like aren't very good. It's weird. It's a one stage that doesn't have really much to it stat wise. Though surprisingly enough, I think in Sword and Shield I had a brief moment where it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, but now that we've gone over that, do we want to quickly go over just like shiny Pokemon we like or our favorite shinies?
Yeah, we can do some real quick.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Since I went last for shiny stories, I'll go first with some of mine. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Some of my favorite shinies are Gardevoir because I love that.
Simp.
Shut the fuck up!
Sorry, involuntary reaction.
Simp.
Not Shadow the Hedgehog, so I'm not simping actually. But I love the teal blue and like the orange accent on shiny Gardevoir. I think it's awesome. I really like shiny Golurk. I think the green and like those like very like the bright neon green with like the sort of like very darkish blues looks amazing. I really like Whimsicott because A, it's Whimsicott, and B, it was a random shiny I found in Sun and Moon in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon by complete chance, and I caught it. And then I'll get into this one later, but Lunala, I'm pretty sure is it Lunala or is it what's the name of the moon legendary?
Yeah, Lunala.
This Lunala.
Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, I think
You mean for Pokemon Moon, right? Or are you talking about like Cresselia? That also has like moon themes.
Yeah, I'm talking about Moon, like the game Moon.
Yeah, no, that's Lunala.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't mistaking it for the other Moon Pokemon that's just a rock.
Yeah, Lunatone.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck that Pokemon. All
Yeah.
my homies hate Lunatone.
Funnily enough, Solrock and Lunatone aren't actually available in Sun and Moon.
I forget about that. That's so funny. But I love Lunala shiny. It's very much just a blood moon. I think the red looks so good, and I have a lot of personal attachment to it as well. And yeah, that's a list of like some of my favorite shiny Pokemon.
Awesome.
Nice.
I guess I'll
go next for me.
I'll go into some next because I have some interesting stories because I'm like a veteran shiny hunter. I've seen things no man should ever see. So first I have like a pretty simple one, just shiny Ampharos. I love Ampharos as a Pokemon, even though like it kind of does suck ass to use a lot of times. But I really like the pink shiny it has. It fits really well with the Pokemon, and there's not like a lot of cool pink shinies out there. A lot of them are on Pokemon that's like really weird that they put it on, like Mega Garchomp. I'm like, that doesn't really fit his color palette, but all right. Next one after that is Primal Groudon. Not because I've actually have a shiny Groudon. I have a shiny Kyogre, not a Groudon, but because of the Pokemon trading card game. When they added Primals and Megas to the trading card game, they actually had some shiny forms of those cards. One of those being shiny Primal Groudon. I wanted that card so bad as a kid, and I just managed to randomly pull it, and I still have it to this day. So love that one for that reason. Next are two shinies that like I just have good memories of soft resetting for Registeel and Guzzlord. One's an Ultra Beast, one's a Legendary. I just think they have very nice shinies that pop, especially Guzzlord. He's like Halloween themed. But I'd say one of my favorite shinies of all time and one of the most strenuous hunts I've had. Guy knows it, Connor knows it. It is shiny Lugia.
Yeah, for context, shiny Lugia was the shiny Shelmet before shiny Shelmet.
No. Shiny Shelmet was before Lugia.
I guess like this, like I mean, like just like the length of the hunt.
The strenuous hunt. Lugia and Shelmet are my worst hunts of all time. Yeah, because
It's been insane, dog. It really is.
They're the worst hunts so far, Brewer.
yeah, no, honestly, I'm probably gonna have some worse hunts to come. I mean, I've had a couple that are like bad ones in quotation marks, like Salandit. Only female ones can evolve into Salazzle. I tried using the Q charm thing to make it more likely to get a female one, but I still had to get like 2 shiny Salandits or male Salandits before I got a female one. Either way,
Dang, dude.
that does not compare to my luck with the Lugia though, because Lugia that shiny took me like it. I was hunting it over the course of a D&D session, and then some. That's how long it took for me to find it. Like, it took me so long too. Like, I was trying to do like a run that had mostly shinies and Pokemon Soul Silver. Like, I actually shiny hunted starters, and I got shiny Chikorita. There was the Gyarados, obviously, and then I actually found a shiny Electrode in a game with by doing the runaway method with one of the static encounters. Really fun hunt if you haven't done it, especially because that Electrode doesn't know explode. But yeah, Lugia. When I got to it, I was like, I had to do it because beyond just hunting into Soul Silver, I have hunted it or tried hunting it in multiple games, like the Game Boy version of Silver on the 3DS, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I tried hunting it for a little while, and then it was finally with Soul Silver that I actually sat down and properly got it, and I popped off so hard. And like, I made sure I was able to catch it too. I had a Master Ball ready and everything.
As you should, King. As you should.
Yeah, well, I tried to get it in Ultra Balls and Premier Balls, but that thing was very stubborn, and my Pokemon were very under-leveled. So, thank God I had a Master Ball.
Yeah.
That and I didn't
Really?
crit. That and I didn't crit it and faint it, or else I would have cried myself to sleep. Because I was in a call with Guy the night I found it, and he knows my reaction.
Dude, he was popping off so hard, deservingly, because frankly, that fucking hunt sound egregious. I don't think I could do something like that consistently without, like, at least pulling my hair out a little bit. But holy shit. I was in that call with him, and he popped the fuck off, and I was like, holy shit, he fucking did it. And that's when I knew Brewer had peaked in life.
Yeah.
It's that one fucking scene from Megamind where they're all like, he did it.
Yeah. But yeah, the only
It's
hunt I think
beautiful.
I'll pop off for as much, if not more, is gonna be this damn shiny Shelmet, the one I'm still hunting right now as we
Wouldn't it
speak.
be so poetic if you got it during this recording?
It would
That would be
but
amazing.
I very much doubt it would happen. If anything, the shiny Stunfisk is gonna show up to spite me.
You should name it Guy if you do get it.
Possibly. I have some names in mind for Shelmet, but for Stunfisk and Palpitoad, it's mostly gonna be names deriving from my hate.
Yeah, so Guy.
You know what? Fair. I do hate Guy.
But I think something we should get into as well is like why.
We haven't seen Guys.
Oh right, sorry, I forgot.
Bro's always forgetting me. Bro does this in every single video. If y'all go back to our like videos and like we list out the shit that like we're talking about, like our favorites or something, or like our opinions of something, Connor always forgets me, man. I'm always last and he always forgets. Bro's out here against me. It's me against the world, except the world is just Connor. I don't know why.
That's cool, but I'm looking for who asked.
Damn,
I
that's
did.
rough.
Damn. Our
Alright.
viewers were asking. I hope so.
But-
No,
yeah,
they hate you too. Everyone hates you. Everyone in the comments say Guy is stupid.
Guy is stupid and he's stinky.
No, don't do that.
Okay, but what are some of your favorite shiny Pokemon, Guy?
So I want to start off with the Pokemon that is also tied for being my favorite Pokemon ever, Greninja. I love its black design. I love how they make the tongue on it more red to make it look like a red scarf. I think it's so sick. Such a good shiny. I want to talk about Rayquaza. I think that is one of the best shinies ever. The black on it is so fucking nice. Another one of my favorites are the Tapus, like Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, also black. If you probably have an idea of like what kind of color schemes I like to see, but That is one of my favorite ones as well. I think the black design on each one of them is so sick. However, there are some that I also love that aren't black, like the Goodra line. I think it has one of the best shinies ever. I love its use of yellow and peach color. With its design, I love Mimikyu's. It kind of like
Mimikyu is such cool
desaturates the
shiny.
color. It kind of like desaturates the cloth, and it looks like it's been used for a while, which I love. I love Incineroar shiny. I think the Incineroar shiny is really fucking good. With like the black becoming white. I love Decidueyes with its use of dark green and black. Vespiquen is always great. A good one that like a lot of people don't talk about that I really like is Cyndaquil's. It's like green hue turns into like a very dark orange, I want to say, and I got it from I was hunting for that Pokemon when I was a kid and hatched it, and when it hatched from the egg, I popped off so hard. So like I got some nostalgia with that as well.
Cyndaquil is really cool as well because it's had an interesting history shiny wise. Because there are a good amount of shinies that have changed over time. Cyndaquil like had some purple flames and like the original Gen 2 games along with like Typhlosion, but now it's led more into just Cyndaquil like it's kind of blue green hide being like kind of the brown orange color while the flames stay the same. I still think it's a good shiny. It's just interesting. That like Charizard used to have a purple shiny instead of the iconic black one that we know about now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
You know, one thing I want to mention real quick before we get into our next topic. You mentioned shiny Rayquaza. Rayquaza is also a favorite of mine, but it's also one I have a funny story about because shiny Rayquaza has actually gotten me grounded before.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no lie. So, interesting story. When I was a kid, we at my school playground and stuff, we traded cards and stuff like all the time. And I had one, and I knew about shiny Pokemon. I still didn't completely know what they are, but there was a couple kids who had cards that had shiny Pokemon on them. There was a Golurk one. Also, one of my best friends at the time had a shiny Rayquaza card, and I really wanted that card. And I can't remember how much I gave him for it, but like I gave him either like $5 or $20 for that card. But I did it without telling my parents, and they were really pissed that I did that and just bought the card off him. Because they were like, "Well, what was the card worth?" I was like, "I don't know. I like shiny Rayquaza." So they ended up grounding me because like I went and like bought it without telling them or something like that. It's so long ago I can't completely remember, but I actually did get grounded for like I think a week over shiny Rayquaza.
Okay,
Bro, your parents are fake as fuck for that.
that went in a very different direction. I thought you were about to say you like stole it from him without him knowing or something.
No,
I thought
no.
he was gonna say that too.
Yeah, no, I still have that card to this day. Though it definitely isn't as valuable as like the listings are because it's worth like hundreds of dollars. But that friend had a very annoying thing he would do with a lot of his cards that he liked, where he would like take a Sharpie and put like dots at like next to the names and stuff by the cards to like indicate it was one of his favorites. That or even a couple of his cards he would write like if it had like 30 on the attack, he would put an extra 0 at the end. But
Oh, he was one of those motherfuckers. Okay.
yeah. I didn't trade too many cards with him for that reason, but I still do have that shiny Rayquaza card, and it's still a favorite of mine. Even if it got graded, it would be like grade 2, probably.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Those are the kind of stories you love hearing about, man. The playground Pokemon cards. Oh my god.
Yeah, and me getting grounded over shiny Rayquaza.
Yeah, but I think something we should talk about now is like, why do we like like a reason we care a lot about getting these shiny Pokemon is, as we said in the beginning, they are very rare. They are so rare. Well, not really that much anymore, but they used to be so rare.
Basically, what we're trying to say is, we like gambling.
We like gambling.
Let's go gambling.
Yeah. The odds for shiny Pokemon have fluctuated a lot in recent years, whether just due to the Pokemon Company just lowering the odds in the games, or stuff with like different hunting methods or the shiny charm, but um, they used to be like so rare. Like I think what did
The
you say?
the odds exactly in games up to Gen 5 was 1 in 8,192. That is ridiculously low.
Yeah.
In Black and White 2, they added the shiny charm. I think if you filled out the national dex, and
Yes.
that would put the odds at 1 in 4,096, which is actually what the odds were starting out in Gen 6. From then onwards, that's what they've been for a while now. They did add the shiny charm in a lot of, and starting in Black and White 2, and they've been in about every game after to lower the odds even more to about like 1 in 1,000, and then they'll even lower the odds for other shiny hunting methods as well to make some shinies like ridiculously easy to find, especially in Scarlet and Violet. If you eat a sandwich, that is a shiny hunting method. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah,
But
very interesting
Yeah.
method.
but as we just actually went over, there are special methods that you can use to hunt shinies. And as we said, they're shiny hunting methods. So, what are some of our favorite methods that we've ever used to get a shiny Pokemon? Because I know, like me personally, I've used a lot in the few years. But what are y'all's favorite?
Oh,
I like chain fishing.
chain
This
fishing
was
is
a
so
thing
fun.
in this was a thing in Generation 6, and people thought it existed in Generation 7. I don't know if it did exist in Gen 7 though. But basically, you just stand in the same spot, preferably in a corner, and you fish. You just keep fishing. You can't move. You can't move because you would break the chain if you were to move. But essentially, you would just pretty much fish over and over again without moving, and every time you fished, the odds of getting a shiny would increase. And it was really funny because it was really fucking easy to get shinies off that.
Yeah, about
But
the
they could only be like the water types you get from fishing, which is really funny.
yeah, the only thing you'd really need to do is like get a Pokemon like Octillery that had the ability Suction Cups to make like the likelihood of fishing basically guaranteed. Because if you fail to like reel something in, even if like you didn't get a button prompt, it will fail the chain. But just bring a Pokemon like a Octillery into the front of your party, and it was so easy to do. Like I was able to do with my eyes closed a lot. That are like I remember when I was at your house, guy, and I was like, man, I've been on a shiny hunting drought for a while. Time to boot up Pokemon X and Y and just shiny hunt something random. I we were watching a movie, and like while I wasn't even paying attention to the game, I just got a shiny love disc off of chain fishing.
No,
That's
it is actually insanely easy to do.
I guess I'll go next. By far my because I will say I have not been shiny. I don't want to say I've been shiny hunting nearly as long as these two. I got into shiny hunting in Gen 8 because that's when I really found out what it was. But by far my favorite shiny hunting method that I've ever done has been the Legends Arceus mass outbreak. Um, like method. Essentially, for Pokemon Legends Arceus, um, obviously since it's a modern game, the odds are already very low. But with Legends Arceus specifically, because it's like more of a quote unquote open world game, there are a lot of Pokemon that are spawning at once, especially in these things called massive outbreaks, where as the name implies, a lot of Pokemon of the same type of the same like species will just spawn in an area. And so the entire idea behind that is just you save at the entrance of the area, you fly to the outbreak, you just throw the Pokeballs at the thing. If you don't get a shiny, you reset, go out, go back into the area to get another outbreak, and just rinse and repeat until you get like a shiny. And it was so effective because you were getting like so many checks for shinies due to how many Pokemon would spawn. So it was just piss easy. Like I remember, like I love shiny hunting in Legends Arceus because you just got so many of them.
Yeah, Legends Arceus in general, it was really easy to find shinies because like it was like the first game that had Pokemon like naturally appearing in the overworld like that, but also they would appear shiny. But that, and also unlike Scarlet and Violet, which took this away for some reason, if a shiny Pokemon spawned, along with having a glimmer on them, they had like a loud sound that would play. So even if you were flying like 300 feet up in the air with Hisui and Braviary, you would still be able to like find the shiny or just know there's one in the area because of the sound you heard.
I really love that fact because the amount of like videos I've seen of people shiny hunting in Legends Arceus, and they're like, and they just hear the sound and they just go like, "Whoa, where?" And like a freaking rabid dog is so funny.
Yeah, no, shiny Pokemon in general, I just love them for like the rabid reactions they get out of out of grown adults.
It's so
like
funny.
me. Like
Yeah.
as a kid, I used to
Awesome.
like pop off so hard with shinies, even if it was when I got through like chain fishing. Like I remember I randomly got like a shiny Carniva through chain fishing. That was like my first chain fishing hunt. I was like, oh my god, let's go! Even though like I was like, now I'm looking, I'm like, bro, that isn't even full odds. Come on, why are you popping off that hard?
What's really funny about like the overworld thing, like you mentioned, um, I was playing through Scarlet and Violet, like for the first time ever playing through it. I was just going through like the water section and like I think the western part of the map, and I had just encountered Bombardier for the first time, new Pokemon in Gen 9. Really funny. I see a Bombardier that has like slightly grayer legs than the other ones, and I go, no fucking way, right? There's no way. And I encounter it and I see the sparkles, I go, oh my god!
Oh my god!
Mom, get the camera.
Man, that's crazy.
It's beautiful, man.
But what's your favorite shiny hunting method, Brewer?
I think one of my favorites, like chain fishing is a big one, but the one I'd like a little more just because the amount of different Pokemon you can get with it is SOS hunting and like the Sun and Moon games. Because basically the way it worked in those games, Pokemon could call for help, and one thing you could do is you could weaken a Pokemon to get them to want to call for help more often, and they would keep calling down Pokemon to help them. And if you kept knocking out those Pokemon, you would make a chain, and the odds of getting a shiny would increase the more and more you went. Eventually it would reset back to like 0 basically. But if you kept knocking out those Pokemon, eventually you had a higher chance of a shiny spawning, and it was such a fun and easy method to do. It's one you still had to stay a little focused for, but it was also relaxing at the same time. Like you didn't have to like completely lock in on it. So I have like so many boxes full of shinies from just doing that method alone, because there were so many good Pokemon you could get from that.
Yeah, that's awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
that SOS, the
That is
SOS mechanic
true.
was really cool in general because you could find some weird Pokemon. Like I think you guys probably remember this at the beginning of the game. If you find like a 1% Bagon encounter and you get it to start SOS calling, there's also a 1% chance for a Salamence, like a level 10 one, to spawn.
Oh, that's so funny.
Which is even funnier
Oh
because
yeah,
like
no, I remember that.
there are people who have done this, and I will probably never do this, but like you can shiny hunt the Bagon, but also the Salamence obviously can be shiny as well, but like 1% odds. Can you get it?
That's gambling ultra.
Dude, some people's shiny hunting stories are so crazy because like I've had some bad ones, but like the stories of like some of the rare stuff people have found, like, oh yeah, I was in the Safari Zone, 1% encounter, found this like shiny Chansey, and I got it on the first Pokeball, even though its catch rate's like 5%.
Yeah, but
That's
I
crazy.
want to mention something I hate though with shinies after shiny hunting methods. One other thing I want to mention beyond shiny hunting methods is something I absolutely despise as a shiny hunter, and that is shiny locks. They started this in Gen 5 with just, it was only a couple Pokemon like Reshiram and Zekrom, you know, cover legendaries. Like, I kind of get why they shiny locked those now, just so there's a weird discrepancy in the story where, like, in a cutscene, they're not shiny, but a couple seconds later, they're a different color. But they've been adding them more and more in each of the games, and I hate it so much because there's so many cool Pokemon that are just shiny locked. It's actually the reason I haven't touched Scarlet and Violet's DLC, because I was excited for it because of all the legendaries they were bringing back. But they shiny locked all the legendaries, even the ones you were able to get shiny in the old games, and I'm just like, why? Why would you do this?
it's really stupid because like they it makes no sense because they go so hard on a lot of the like legendary shiny Pokemon designs, like Rayquaza. Koraidon is an amazing shiny. Like the black and the red looks so good, but you're never going to be able to get it because it's shiny locked. And why is there a shiny form if you're just going to lock it?
Yeah, I can get some of the like new legendaries, like especially Koraidon and Miraidon, like the ones you have in the main story. Okay, I get why these aren't shiny, but like you encounter a Koraidon and a Miraidon again in the story. Why can't you like? Why isn't there a way to shiny hunt another one if there's obviously multiple of them out there? Or also like, why are these other legendaries that have been available shiny in the past like just not available now? I know part of the reason for some of these weird shiny locks is I think they just want to do more collab events with like stores like GameStop to make you go to them, get a code for the shiny and mystery gift. That or Pokemon Go is the most egregious one because like a lot of those shinies are available there, but some of them are through like tour tickets and stuff. Like shiny Mew, you could get that in Pokemon Go, but it was through like I think a paid ticket for something that hasn't been available for a while now. So it's just really annoying.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, but I think we should start wrapping up the video with what we've been sort of talking about a little bit. Like we've been drip feeding a bit, but I think we should just wrap up by going over some of our worst hunts. Because if you speak to any shiny hunter, they will have like literally the image of Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob by the campfire. Like it is a horror story.
It is a horror story, man.
I've seen shiny hunters, myself included, that look like they have more trauma than like veterans that have been in war. It's like, oh man, that full shiny Kyogre.
Yeah,
It took me an arm and a leg to get that one, did it?
Yeah, exactly.
I set up 4 copies of Sapphire to hunt that thing, and it still took me 5 years to find it.
Yeah, that's exactly the vibe.
And then I failed it.
Yeah, but I say we go ahead and start, and I guess we might as well just like put our concluding points like immediately after this as well. But
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so I'll mix in both our worst hunts and just concluding points. So by far, like I think my worst shiny hunt ever was shiny Lunala in Sword and Shield. And the way I went about it was in the DLC for Sword and Shield, there is a raid boss like sort of mini game thing you can do, where you go through a bunch of with a team of either 4 players or you and like 3 NPCs go through multiple different like pretty challenging fights with rented Pokemon, and at the end is a legendary, and those Pokemon and the legendary that you catch through those 4 fights have I'm pretty sure increased shiny rates. So
it's a 1 in 100 chance, yeah.
Yes, which I call bullshit on, but essentially a big shiny hunting method for the latter end of Sword and Shield was doing these raid den modes because you could get some cool shinies. In fact, it's how I got shiny a few other shinies besides the Lunala. I got shiny Golurk. I'm pretty sure I got another cool shiny, but shiny Golurk's the only one I remember. But shiny Luna, the reason why I hate that shiny hunting method is because the fights, especially with the NPCs, take so long, and because it's like, and the legendary Pokemon themselves, especially Lunala, are like not super easy, and it's very RNG dependent on what you on how the fight goes. Because if you don't get like a dark or a ghost type, you might as well just wrap it up because you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
So not only were you having to go through a very hard like fight, you weren't even guaranteed the shiny. And another thing is that once you caught that legendary, you could not get it back. So you could not get it back in the rotation of legendary Pokemon. So you would just have to not take it every time. If you accidentally took it, tough shit, bud.
I mean, I feel like that's fair though, because like that's with any game. Like Ultra Sun and Moon had a lot of legendaries that appeared in the wormholes. If you got them you couldn't find them again. I feel like that part's fair at
I mean,
least.
no, that's fair. I'm just saying that's another reason why it just like kind of sucked. Because like for me, there are a lot of shiny Pokemon that I was wanting to hunt, but then I found that out, and I had already caught them before, and I was like, well, fuck
Yeah,
me.
the odds are certainly better for those, though. If you're going for a specific target and not just anything, that does add a little more pain to it. Just having to go through a lot of the same fight multiple times over and over again.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess as just a quick concluding point, I think shiny Pokemon are really cool. I like hunting for them, even if they make me pull my hair out sometimes. And yeah, that's about it.
Yep.
Brewer, would you like to go or me?
You can go. I want to keep trying to get more random encounters with Shelmet.
All right. So I kind of have two stories. One's good, one's bad, but eventually turned good. I was pretty much a softer setting for a Groudon the entire time, which is crazy in retrospect because that shiny low-key not even that good. But I swear it took me like over 1,000 attempts in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I eventually got that motherfucker, and I popped the fuck off. But it took me months to get because I was a kid in school at that point, so it's like I couldn't dedicate all of my time to the game. So it's like, damn, this fucking blows. But I eventually got it. But the one that kind of sucked, but turned out to be good in the end, was Shiny Beldum. And if you know anything about Beldum, that motherfucker is a bitch to catch because the only move he learns is Takedown.
Yeah, that and his catch rate is like egregiously low in some games. Like
Exactly.
like legendary rates for no reason. I'm like, bro, it's just a little metal arm. Why are you so hard to catch?
So I encountered him through SOS method in Sun and Moon, and of course I was popping the fuck off because I wanted him so bad. And I was using a ghost type to prevent him from killing himself, but he just wouldn't stay in the ball, and he wouldn't be caught. And I was like,
see where this is going.
and he wouldn't be caught, and I was like, okay, it can't be this bad, right? I've already used false swipe. This should be good, right? He ran out of takedowns, and he struggled to death.
Oh my god, that is such a horrible way for the hunt to end.
Dude, it's so sad. I was a kid when this happened too. This broke my heart to a point where I started crying. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. Dude, I do not blame you, because that is such a painful way for a hunt to go. Like, you already found a shiny, so that's painful enough. But then, like, because you had bad luck and it just wouldn't stay in the fucking ball, even though there's been times you throw a quick ball and it just catches it. No, it that is a painful way to go. I will say, with the bad experience I've had with shiny Shelmet, at the very least, I've never failed another shiny, because with how bad I failed that one, I always do research on, like, what to do. So, like, with SOS hunting and Sun and Moon, I always brought, like, a Pokemon with Skill Swap and Harvest, and then I tricked over a Lepa Berry to make sure it wouldn't faint itself.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I did. That was the method I did. And then I have my Decidueye be in the front because so that the Beldum that I had didn't kill itself through takedown.
Yeah.
But well, what happened? He didn't want to stay in the fucking ball because he's a bitch. And you know what's funny? The very next day, I was thinking about it the entire time, and I was like, I'm not gonna let that shit happen again. So I locked in, did another SOS chain, and I caught that motherfucker.
I'm proud of you guys. You reclaimed it.
I did. The very next day.
I can't say I have reclaimed mine in the same amount of time. See, now I'm still fucking hunting it.
But yeah, concluding thoughts about shiny hunting. I love it. I used to do a lot of it. I don't do it as much anymore because I'm just more passionate about other games. And frankly, the new Pokemon games are kind of shit anyways. So it's like, I really don't have that much incentive to go back to those games. However, that doesn't really, like, that doesn't mean I don't enjoy shiny hunting. I think there's just a thrill of it that no other thing in really any other video game can recreate. And there's a reason why, like, it's a really big part of a post game now for Pokemon, because so many people do it, because the thrill of just seeing those sparkles and a different colored Pokemon, it's just awesome. It really is. And sometimes the grind is worth it. Sometimes it's not. But that's all for the gambler's mind. It's the gambler's mindset, man.
You gotta go gambling. I guess I'll lead into mine. Obviously, I have the hunts I already mentioned, like the egregious Lugia hunt that took over an entire D&D campaign to find. I have the Shelmet that I'm still hunting right now as we speak. That will probably be my longest shiny hunt ever, like over a decade long of on-nuff hunting for it. But beyond that, I think I've had a couple of other pretty bad hunts as well. There's a Salandit. Only female Salandits can evolve, so I was trying to get a shiny form of that, and I kept getting male Salandits. Like, I just could not get the female one, even with using Cute Charm. Try to get the female one to be more likely. Pain. And then on top of that, I've just had some hunts that have just gone on for way too long. Chain fishing for something, and then I keep pulling up the Pokemon I didn't want, like in Pokemon X. I wanted a Clawitzer, like a shiny version of that. So I was trying to get a Clauncher, but I kept finding everything but Clauncher, because like I found a shiny Horsey within like 15 reels, which was like ridiculously quick. Found a shiny Staryu, and then finally after all that I found a Clauncher. Yeah. I think though with shiny Pokemon, I still love doing it to this day. Obviously I'm not as passionate as I was in the past, because I'm not going to be like screaming my neck off. Well, that is unless if I find the Shelmet. But shiny Pokemon in general are just such a fun little aspect that I'm so glad they added to in the game. I think it originally started as just a gimmick that they may have not even put back in the games, because they didn't even used to be called shiny Pokemon in the past. It was only a term that was coined later by fans, and then Game Freak adopted it. But I'm so glad they did add it, because it just brought me so much joy finding these little differently colored Pokemon. It's just added a lot of extra playtime for me as a kid, just trying to find these different colored Pokemons, giving me that little gambling high when I do eventually find it. Making me feel like I got kicked out of the casino when I've been hunting for days and I still have nothing to show for it. It's still just such a fun little thing. I love too that there's been, like, some people have entire YouTube channels and careers made off of just shiny Pokemon, which I think is crazy, you know?
Shout out to A-Drive.
Yeah. Dude, A-Drive has so many shiny hunts. It's ridiculous.
It is actually insane.
That and I like Supreme Arcanines when I was younger. I think he still does a lot of shiny hunts now, but I really liked his content as well. He inspired me for shiny hunting.
Yeah, I guess I'll shout out a PokeTuber as well. Shout out PM7.
Shout out to Candy Eevee. I think she had a also egregiously long Sentret hunt and a Wooper as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I guess with that all being said, I think it's time for us to end this episode.
Yeah, I think if you guys enjoyed this episode, maybe comment what's one of your favorite shiny Pokemons, or maybe what's one of your least favorite shiny Pokemon. There's a lot from Scarlet and Violet. I'm not gonna lie, especially you, Goldango.
There's a lot of stinkies. There's a lot of stinkies in the batch.
Yeah. In the same way though, if you fail to shiny and you're gonna smash your DS or your controller, maybe go and smash that like button as well if you enjoy this type of content and want to see more out of us.
Yeah, but with that being said, we have been Fetch Quest, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Hope you guys find a shiny.